Welcome to the capital of the United States. We're in Washington, D.C. for the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifier. It's game day number 1, and we are getting all settled in to see Puerto Rico and Belgium go toe-to-toe here inside the Entertainment and Sports Arena. Let's welcome you in. I'm Despina Barton, my colleague and partner for today, former Puerto Rico national team player Natalia Melendez. Natalia, these two teams have met this now for the third time. Belgium victorious in the two previous meetings. What's different this go around?
Hello, Despina, and hello to everybody that is watching us all around the world. As you said, this will be the third time these two teams face each other, but there have been some changes. Belgium has a new coach, some players that were not in the Eurobasket tournament, and from Puerto Rico, only 5 players that were in the Olympics are going to play this tournament.
Very, very interesting teams reconstructed. Certainly for Puerto Rico, they walk in a little undersized, but they have the experience. For Belgium, they come in ranked number 6 in the FIBA World Rankings and are the favorite in this contest. So a lot to fight for here today. And as a reminder, there are overall 16 teams competing across 3 continents to be the final 12 that will go to Sydney in the FIBA World Cup Championship. Before this contest gets going, though, we will participate in the flag presentation and national anthem first for our visiting team in Belgium.
Elise Romet. Number 6, Antonia Dallaire. Number 10, Lo Resimond. Number 11, Emma Leisman. Number 13, Kiara Lidskins. Number 19, Hind Ben Abdelkader. Number 22, Anna Mesta. Number 23, Serena Lynn Geldof. Number 31, Maxwela Lisoa Mbaka. Number 34, Billy Massey. Number 55, Julie Alon. And number 99, Ina Joris. Head coach for Belgium, Valerie Demore. Now let's meet tonight's home team, Puerto Rico. Number 0, Jennifer O'Neill. Number 2, Brianna Jones. Number 5, Pamela Rosado. Number 11, Sofia Roma. Number 14, Mari Placido. Number 15, Kaylee Monet-Hilaire. Number 22, Lorena Garantes. Number 23, Paulette Reese Addison Hernandez. Number 24, Jasmine Bluffy. Number 25, Isabes Quinones. Number 41, Francis Lee Flores Perez. And number 91, Michelle Gonzalez. Head coach for Puerto Rico, Geraldo Batista. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the playing of the national anthems. We begin with the Anthem of Belgium. Please remain standing for the playing of the Anthem of Puerto Rico.
Natalia, what a proudful moment for these two teams meeting in this big stage. A look at the officiating crew for this afternoon. These three will be tasked with calling a fair contest, as these two teams, you can bet they're gonna leave everything on the line. Julio Cesar Ananya Fria, Wissam Husani, and Aridan Chuka Moreno.
And these three have been working as hard as the players. We've seen them in and out meetings all through the week.
Yep, and this is the first taste of some real basketball here in Washington, D.C. Belgium, their starting five looks really familiar, and we want to point out their captain, number 11, Emma Niseman. Look for her to have a pretty good outing. In fact, she won a WNBA championship in this exact gym. So this team, they're well-oiled, but new faces.
Yes, new faces, definitely. But two of the players that come out, you know, your eyes is Emma Niseman. We know how powerful she is. We know how she can handle the international game, but also the American game. And that's the new coach, Valerie Demori.
In fact, Coach Demori does not speak English, and so there's already a little bit of a communication disconnect. The Frenchman himself took over the helm in October of 2021, just 3 months ago. He replaced Philippe Mesta as the new national head coach for the Belgian Cats, and he was a former French national team member and long coaching career himself. As for Puerto Rico, you can look at this senior crew: Jennifer O'Neill, Rosado, Guathmi, Quiñones, all four the starters from the Americup back last summer.
The new addition is Arela Girantes, a player that have a lot of experience in the NCAA, and then after that at the NBA draft, WNBA draft, then she's playing professional overseas. That's the new face in this team, and she's substituting Taira Melendez.
Yes, and they are led by Jerry Batista here in his 8th season, very familiar with this team and this roster. But when he first came in, he had to install a new attitude and a shift, and it's paid out dividends. Puerto Rico making their first Olympics appearance.
Yes, the type of coach that he is, everything starts from the defense. You know, he expects every player to play hard all the minutes. He enjoys using long rotations, so everybody needs to be ready in the bench.
And for these two teams matching up, Belgium the favorite here today, but they're coming in with the mentality that this is our final contest. We must win this one to get to the next one. So yes, while everybody from the outside is saying they have they are the favorite here, that's not the case, and that's certainly not what this team is thinking at this point. For Puerto Rico, they are, they know that they need to be balanced on defense and certainly try to slow down Belgium's quick attack.
Yeah, in the case of Belgium, we have to remember this team have not been together for a long time now. Their last two competitions were in the Eurobasket, where they finished in the 3rd place. They beat Belarus. It was a close game, 86-85, and then before that they went to the Olympics. So in a long time, this will be their next competition. In the case of Puerto Rico, after the Olympics, they didn't really do anything as a team together, so they are facing a great challenge, facing this Belgian team. When you face a team like this in the first game after so long of not being active, it's pretty hard, but they've been working really hard these last weeks, so let's see what they show.
Yep, these two teams last meeting in Tokyo, and it was certainly Belgium that defeated Puerto Rico 87-52. The teams reconfigured and re-meeting here as a tune-up with a chance to win a ticket to the FIBA Women's World Cup in Sydney, Australia later this year. We have 4 teams here in Group D: Puerto Rico, Belgium, Team USA, and Russia. This is the first contest of the week here in North America. Quiñones set to jump. Niseman easily gets, Lidskins easily handles the ball for Belgium. Top of the key, open look for Aleman. Second chance, Lidskins. Aleman off the pick. Kick ball. Guathmi's foot was there.
Yes, and Belgium started doing what they know they can, do against Puerto Rico, which is the inside-out game, starting everything to the inside first.
Delaria off the screen, looks for the pass. Open look, square up, beauty putting by Linskins. Rosado, the captain of Puerto Rico and the point guard. She's the oldest on the floor. The newcomer youngster nearly gets stripped away. First shot goes up by Rosado, it's off. Rebound, easy. Nisaman, turn, pull up jumper, it's off. Rosado running. And Guathmi, pull up three ball, it's good.
And Puerto Rico will use this as their first weapon, the fast break game. You know, it would be very hard for them to set up the half-court game because Belgium is way taller than them. So they will always try to establish the fast break game.
And Linskin with the first 4 points on the scoreboard for Belgium. She'll get an opportunity to make this a three-point play.
Isalis will have her hands full today. Linskin is a great player. She plays with her back to the basket. She uses her shoulders. She moves very well. And Belgium will continue to look for her.
Standing at 6'4", the center for this Belgium squad will miss the free throw. So Guathmi pushing up court. And this Puerto Rico team, only 2 playing ball overseas right now. 3 make that 3, Guathmi, Quinones, and O'Neal. They look a lot stronger than what we saw in the America Cup, Natalia.
They do.
Backdoor cut, pretty feed and finish. 2 points for Lisawa.
Excellent move. She caught, she saw the defensive player had her back on her. She attacked her back, finished with 2 points.
Tight defense here by Belgium. Deontay's first shot is good. That's nice to see from the newcomer.
She's such a great offensive player. She has so many tools.
This Belgian team spreading out the floor. Open lane, floaters off. Tracked down by Linskins. She's been the MVP these first few minutes.
She's everywhere.
Pull-up jumper, top of the key, drained it. Nisaman is on the board.
That's one of her signature shots, front in the basket.
Captain gets picked. Alaman all alone. 2 more.
And that's Puerto Rico first turnover of the game.
Galante is trying to get past Nisaman, and we're gonna have a foul against the veteran. Another look here. We're gonna show you the pick and pockets.
She's a big player, but she can play front in basket. And then Julie Element, she's very dangerous. She likes to steal balls. That's sadly what she did.
Quick 4 points for Belgium. O'Neal's first shot of the game draws some contact. O'Neal's been one of my favorite players to follow on the international scene. She played at Kentucky. She plays overseas in Russia. And the 31-year-old you're about to see get a shot at a pair of free throws.
And Puerto Rico didn't have they didn't win any game at the Olympics, but Jennifer O'Neal has such an amazing tournament that she had a multi-annual contract overseas. Sometimes, when teams like Puerto Rico get to these big tournaments, World Cup and Olympics, you might think they are the team that it's probably not going to win any game, but it helps the players to get contracts and to get better and to compete with better teams and clubs.
Aliman to the right. Nisaman left alone, elbow shot. It's off. On the floor, Deontay's. And those are the hustle plays, right, that Puerto Rico is going to have to go over, Natalia?
Yes, because right now, all the loose balls have been Belgium.
Those 50-50 balls.
Yes.
Garante is being guarded tightly by Miseman. The WNBA veteran herself takes it in hard. Oh, she'll shoot two, but that one nearly dropped.
That was a mismatch there, so of course she had to attack Liskins. It's a hesitation move there, and she finished.
So Girantes, 24-year-old shooting guard. Like you said, Natalia, she spent time in the NCAA and then drafted in the WNBA and currently playing over in Ukraine. My bet is she knows some of the players on the Russian roster.
Yes. And in the USA team too, because she played her whole life in the USA.
So Belgium led by as many as 6. Now it's down to 2. Aliman, open shot, top of the key, she drills it.
And Pamela did exactly what the coach said, because he was telling her go under. She went under.
So willing to give up that
Yes.
deep ball at this point. Rosado, head down, looking for some help on the baseline. O'Neal comes to retrieve it. So does the double team and trap. Steal number 2 for Belgium, we're running. Skip pass to the corner. We'll reset with the Cats. Lisoa, first attempt from the field. Ball lands right into the hands of Miseman.
Another offensive rebound for Belgium. And Isalis cannot be the only one rebounding there. Puerto Rico needs to go as a gang to try get that rebound.
And Puerto Rico knew, they told us in the beginning, before this game started, that they had to rebound. That was one of their top keys. But O'Neal with a nice little complimentary answer on offense, her first 3 of the contest. Of the 4 teams in this Group D play, 3 will advance to Sydney in the World Cup. Now Team USA, because they won the Olympics, they are a go. So you look at the rest of the field here. Puerto Rico, Guathmi with the 3. Back-to-back triples for Puerto Rico.
And these 2 girls have never played together, Girantes and Jasmine Guathmi, and you can see there's a great communication in between them.
Falling asleep on defense, though. Rosado gets beat.
Great move by Alban. It's a great cut to the basket.
O'Neal, mid-range, gets it. 5 straight points for Jennifer O'Neal, the 31-year-old point guard.
Puerto Rico is shooting 66% for the field.
Nice handles there by Delaria. Cutter gets the 2. Linskin with 4.
See how everybody moves without the ball?
Girantes left open, hits the glass hard. And the tempo is being controlled by Belgium. Stripped Rosado, great hands. Linskin wide open on the wing, no go. Another opportunity, courtesy Aleman's rebound. Backdoor, mishandled, loose on the floor. Girantes fighting for it, so we have a jump ball and it's gonna stay.
I like the way the Belgian players are attacking. Puerto Rico's back. Look at the cut, beautiful. Behind Pamela Rosado. She's aware that she doesn't know where she's at, so she attacks her. Great pass.
And we're gonna have a timeout called here with 2:46 left in the first quarter. Excuse me, the officials are reversing the possession arrow. So instead, the ball will go to Puerto Rico.
And Kyla got into the game also. Brianna Jones from Puerto Rico. Now Julie Aleman goes to the bench. And Elise Ramet from Belgium.
So fresh guard play here you're looking at. Hilaire, the youngest on the roster for Puerto Rico. O'Neal thought she had an open Quinones. It's a turnover. Inside feed rejected. No, it's a foul. The back line official calling a foul against O'Neal.
Missy Man, she knew Jennifer was guarding her. So she said, give the ball to me, I'm gonna post. This is a mismatch, let me work with her.
Great pump fake, Delaria feeds it to Misiman. 3 ball for the veteran.
She makes damage in so many ways to the team she's playing against. Inside, front in the basket, she does so many things.
And that one right there gives Belgium their largest lead of the first quarter. It's 22-15, 7-point advantage for the Cats. A timeout called here in Natalia. How does Puerto Rico slow down Belgium at this point and keep it tight?
Jasmine Guathmi, she's waiting for Misiman to attack her, and she's being very passive. She's staying in the free throw line, waiting for her to attack. That timeout comes because now you have to make some adjustments. Obviously, that's her third three-pointer, so she better attack you, but don't give her that space. She's been very effective, and that's how she's been. She's always been a very good three-point shot, so she needs to be more aggressive going to the three-point line when Misiman gets the ball.
And for Puerto Rico, this is a numbers game, right? Every possession counts. To keep this close is paramount.
In the press conference, Pamela Rosado, the captain, were saying that we have to take each game, one game at a time and one play at a time. We know we are in disadvantage with these teams. We cannot get desperate. We got to go, play by play by play. We got to be patient in the game. We got to have patience in the game.
And it's a high-stakes tournament. 16 teams across the globe are competing right now for a spot. One of the 12 spots in the lineup to play in the FIBA World Cup in Sydney, Australia, later this year, end of September. 4 in this group play, so 3 will advance. Jones, nice action off the bench. Brianna Jones, a 2-pointer.
First 2 points from the bench.
Abdelkader will take the jumper, draw the contact, and head to the free throw line. O'Neal takes a breather, and another look here. That shot goes up by Jones.
Yeah, and Jerry was saying that too, that this girl, she's very offensive, and that was going to be a star in the future of the Puerto Rican national team. And that's a very dangerous personal foul because that's her second early in the game.
Abdelkader hits her first free throw. The 5'7" point guard.
After the free throw. Thank you.
And the substitution will have to wait here from Puerto Rico until after this free throw. She hits them both.
All net.
Pretty shot.
Arella is back in the game.
Garantes, top of the key, finds the lane. There's a push.
We got black, 34, pushing the screener, side
It's
out
against
for
Billy Massey.
Belgium is putting a lot of pressure defensively. They came with a great defensive attitude.
Jones inbound is taken away. Ramete, left hand finish, 2 for Belgium.
Their 4th steal of the game.
Jones, Quinones turns and shoots, it goes. The steady hand of Isalis Quinones.
Her first 2.
Abdelkader again. Beauty from mid-range, under a minute to play. And Belgium's up by 9. Little stutter step, change of speed. Hilaire's attack will pay off.
1-on-1, she's dangerous because she's quick. That's a change of speed there.
Just 23 years old, the youngest on this roster. In fact, Natalia, you were telling me she was part of that practice squad for this Olympic team.
They saw some potential in this player, and even though she did not make the cut for the Olympics, she was part of the 14 players that were traveling with Puerto Rico. As a fact, she had an exhibition game against Belgium because they play like a invitational tournament in Serbia. So she was with the team. She's part of the program. She didn't make the Olympic team, but she has been with the team for a while.
Nisamon calling for it, slips past Jones, lay it on the right, what a beauty!
Every play of hers is a highlight.
Wow! And she's so familiar in this gym. Won a WNBA championship with the Mystics here in Washington, D.C. A homecoming so far here in the first quarter. Guapmi, though, silencing the crowd. 10 seconds to play. Corner shot goes up. And a whistle. It looks like Belgium stepped out of bounds on that rebound. So Puerto Rico with 0.3 seconds. And that's the buzzer. After the first quarter, it is Belgium leading the way, 30-23, a 7-point advantage for the Cats here in the opening round of the FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers here in Washington, D.C. Natalia, your takeaways after the first 10 minutes.
30 games is a lot of games, a lot of points. And when you see the percentage, both teams are shooting very well. Puerto Rico 75%, Belgium 65%. The three-point line have been hot for Puerto Rico, also for Belgium. They're shooting 50% rebounds. If you take as a consideration that Belgium is way taller, they're kind of balanced.
Which is a surprise here after the first 10 minutes. We knew rebounding would be critical. Post play.
That's how they started the game with Liskin. They insist on her knowing how she can dominate down in the paint. She's also a great facilitator, a great passer. She's what we call a point center. Most of the baskets from Belgium have been in the paint. Here we see this plays. Guapmi from 3. The pass from Marela Girantes. These two players have never played before together. They have great communication. There's good chemistry between them. Isalis to Jennifer, that pull up. That's her signature move. Boom. 2 points for her. Again, the defense stood behind. She's in.
Her quick release has caused many teams a lot of havoc, Natalia. For complete coverage of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament, I want to tell you right now, don't hesitate to visit the official FIBA website. You can scan this QR code on your screen. You'll find a comprehensive blend of content, including latest news, stats, photo galleries, and video highlights. And if you aren't already following us on social media, do it right now. It's at FIBA WWC, Instagram and Twitter. Go now. These teams got a lot of personality, and our editorial team and crew that gets to hang out with these guys has shared it all with you there. So, start of the second quarter. It is Belgium out in front by 7. Lots of communication here. Open look on the baseline. Abdelkader hits it.
What a great offensive player.
Rosado back out in front, leading the offense for Puerto Rico, turning. Nearly missed the pass there was Girantes. And you can tell the tempo picked up here. Big 3 ball by Brianna Jones, the Georgetown grad. She's very familiar with these parts too. Nisaman, turn, shoot, rare miss. And we're rolling with Rosado. Now this is the third time an official FIBA competition that these two teams are going toe-to-toe. Belgium won the first two competitions. And if you were watching the group play in Tokyo last year, that was the last meeting. Belgium won 87-52. But since then, Natalia, Belgium, a new coach?
A new coach. They have a new coach.
New players, but the same hustle down low. Billy Massey put back on the weak side.
And that's Belgium's fourth offensive rebound. Yes, the new coach, Valerie Demori, he's substituting Philip Mestak, which made an amazing job with this team.
And that's a big transition, just 3 months, right? And 4 practices with this team.
It's pretty hard. He has the coach has great experience and a lot of experience at coaching. He knows what he have in between his hands, but still, it's very hard. It's not that easy.
And Rizamo off the bench with 3 points. And this lead has inflated to 13, 38-25. Guathmy drives past her opponent, easy lay-in. Causes Massey to look back at it.
No switch there.
Aliman will survey. Head down, dribble, open look, baseline. Misaman hits it.
That's assist number 10.
Aliman drives and dishes. Strong take, a miss by Massey. Puerto Rico pushes forward. Giantes, pull-up jumper on the free throw line. Gets it to go down.
So what are you going to do, attack against Missiman? No, you have to stop and take that jump shot. Smart.
Then she's part of the turnover. Giantes' tough defense lands the possession back with Puerto Rico. An opportunity for Garantes to take over this contest. Pairs it with a lay-in on the left.
She can finish because she's so strong.
Standing just at 5'10", the mighty shooting guard is finding a way to answer. High fives around for Garantes. Her team trails by 10, and we're going to show you just how pretty all her work is.
See her patience. She was waiting for Aleman to help. Aleman didn't help. Stay with her player. See, close, open, and then she decided to attack because she read what was happening in the game. You know, this Puerto Rico has been behind Arella Girantes for a long time, but she's been very focused. And I never spoke to her, but I did spoke to Jerry Batista, and her father is like her agent, so she knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to concentrate in the NCAA tournament, then she wanted to concentrate in her WNBA draft. And, you know, she's done everything so well. Now she's ready to join the national team, and she did. But this girl, it's very focused on her goals or on what she wants to do with basketball.
And she already has 8 points here today. But you're right, when she was focusing on her professional career back during AmeriCup, right, last summer, she was not a part of this roster and this squad.
Not every player leaves or is ready to leave their professional team to join the national team. They don't, you know, that's why you have to admire so much the ones that do, and respect also when they're ready to do so, right?
Yeah, I mean, just talk about what other things are tugging at you at that point in your career. Puerto Rico, you can hear them now calling out the defense. Aliman off the screen.
It's a matchup zone. Puerto Rico's in a matchup zone now.
Turn, Linskin. Wow, what body and court awareness. Kiara Linskins, the 6'4" setter, looking like a ballerina.
There's no way to defend her right now. No way.
The finesse. Pick and roll not there. O'Neal gets her pockets picked. Football pass upwards to Misaman. And Aliman will take the three-pointer off front rim. They get it back. Inside feed rejected. Guafmi has to get it out of there, and there's a foul in the process. So luckily, this first turnover does not result in points.
Puerto Rico, in the last two defensive players, they are playing 21, which is a 2-1, at least like a matchup zone. So now Belgium needs to make that adjustment. They do have the people to make the adjustment because they have great shooters and they have inside game. It's all about making adjustments.
So Michelle Gonzalez is on the floor now for Puerto Rico. Another veteran guard. Durante is resilient. Trying to get up that shot. Aliman through traffic. Good ball movement for the Cats. Get pass down on the baseline. Box look was good. Linskins hits the deck.
I love seeing centers, post players that read the game as well, as Linskins does. He uses every inch of her body to her advantage.
And some of the pre-warm-up drills that these forwards and centers were doing with a tennis ball, standing on one foot, dribbling a basketball.
So hard.
The hand-eye coordination is incredible of these athletes.
How everything have evolved. I remember when you just made two lines and shoot layups before the game, and that's it. Now everything is so different.
Or three-man weave.
The 8-figure.
The basics, guys. Basics. Wow, Guafmi throws that right into the hands of Aliman. Aliman feeding the streaker here. Will pull back out. Linskin turns and shoot. No, it's off. Undersized opponent on her back. She'll go back to the free throw line to attempt to add 2 more points to the scoreboard. But man, like having a monkey on her back.
There you see it. Great pass by Julie Elliman. Smart move. Too much traffic. Again, Linskins run that court like if she were a point guard. She got to the offensive side before anybody else.
Both fouls have come against Linskins here in the second quarter for Puerto Rico. And so far, she's made them all count. 4 for 4. Lee jumps out to 16. Taken away. Another turnover.
Again?
And Linskins, she is the go-to feeder for Belgium. How do you stop this?
And you will think that it's all in the half court, in passive offense, but no. Everything that have been creative in the offense for Belgium have been with Linskins, yes, but it have been in the fast break situations, which means that she's running down the court as fast as anybody else.
And so we're in a timeout here. Another look at the way Belgium's been able to feed in Kiara Linskins.
She's filling the lanes, reading everywhere. Arella was behind. Jasmine went to the other side. She saw space, and she said, I'm here, give me the ball.
And it's hard to miss her standing at 6'4". In fact, this Belgium team is 5 inches on average taller than Puerto Rico at this point. Linskins leading the way in scoring and in rebounds, 14 and 5. And she's getting some help, but it seems like at this point, Belgium knows what's working.
Yes.
It's going through her.
You have to keep insistent. until something else happened. 14 points she had of the 49 points that Belgium have. And that's a lot of points. Having 355 in the second quarter, 49 points, a lot of points. Talking FIBA, no?
Yeah, yep. And Puerto Rico have just scored 8 points this quarter.
It's 8-19. First quarter ended 32-23, and this second one is 19-8. I want to say the percentage of the Puerto Rico offense have been coming down, but I want to give credit to Belgium pressures in the defense. It's been spotless.
Belgium picked him up full court. The first time we've seen that full court pressure. And yes, that was one of their keys heading into this contest. Belgium said they must pressure the ball. They have to speed everything up on D, and they got to play very fast.
They're not the underdogs anymore. This team know what they're capable of. We have to remember they lost in the quarterfinals in the Olympics with Japan. But it was by 2 points, and Japan ended up winning the silver medal.
Yep. O'Neal, Alaman in her face. In and out. Masta with the rebound. Zalaria. Feed mishandled right into the hands of Gonzalez. Durantes calls for it. It is blocked. Zalaria right in her hands. Three minutes to play in the first half. Belgium up by 18. No foul. Guafmi with the ball. Durantes waiting for her teammates to catch up. And a foul on the attack. This one going up against Julie Alaman.
And she have the green light to keep attacking the basket. You know, when you have a player like this, you know her capabilities, and you want her to get that feeling of the game because you need her. So even though things have not been going her way, Jerry it's not on her. It's giving her the green light for her to keep attacking the basket.
So a Belgium timeout here. Taking a breather. At this point, what do you think Valerie Demery is discussing with his team? They're up by 18. What comes to mind?
Turnovers, only 3 turnovers in the game.
Clean so far.
Very clean. Puerto Rico in the other side have 9.
So triple that of Belgium. And look at the top scorers. You nearly have 3 in double digits. Liskins of late here in the second quarter. It's been all her.
Julie Elliman had a little bit space there, and she rather give the ball to the player that is dominating the game.
Meanwhile, Jerry Batista drawing up a game plan to slow them down. Guafmi with 10 points, who just went down to the bench. So she's off the floor right now as their leading scorer. Silently, the leading scorer, Guafmi, with 10.
Yeah, because she's perfect. Guafmi haven't missed a shot in the game. She had 10 points. She's 4 of 4 in the field goal, and she's perfect from the free throw line, from the 3-point line. 202. She's 100% right now.
Jesus, that's the type of teammate you want.
Of course.
And we're back. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. That attack on the baseline is whistled with a foul on the floor. That one going against Joris. The team's 4th foul. O'Neal and Rosado back to run the offense. Durantes, eye on the rim. She's got a mismatch pull-up jumper. Shapes Linskins, and it goes! Durantes, another 2.
Give me an adjective for that pull-up.
Spicy. Wow, you and I are on the same wavelength,
Yes.
Natalia. Spicy. Linskins left alone. Hits it from 14.
She's doing it all. What a show for her.
Again, mismatch. Garantes' shot doesn't go down, but it will stay Puerto Rico ball. And a substitution here for Belgium. Mesta takes a breather. And we'll see Lissawa come out. A delayed response here on the inbound for Puerto Rico. Garantes, head down, spin, take on the left. She's fouled as she tries to curl it in.
And she have taken like the last 4 shots.
Do you think that's direction or intuition?
I think she's trying to get into her rhythm. You know, that's what I think. She's trying to get into her rhythm and trying to prove that, you know, on one-on-one she's very tough to beat, because Belgium is not doubling anybody. They're not switching.
So playing everybody straight up. Hits them both. Cuts the lead to 16. And so I believe this is going to be the first time we see Sofia Roma on the floor. The 25-year-old from Duke, wearing number 11 for Puerto Rico. Alamon being denied the left. Linskins turn, spin, denied. Great defense there by Roma. You feel some room here now for Puerto Rico to string a couple good plays together. O'Neal shakes her defender. Ball won't go down. Jones is there for the rebound. We've got contact. Another look here.
It was good. Puerto Rico looking a little bit more aggressive now in the paint.
Free throw goes down. A big stop by Roma on defense. The efforts on offense is what you're looking at now. Jones fighting for that rebound, hits the 2 free throws, and cuts the lead to 14. Guathmy steps back out, the leading scorer for Puerto Rico to this point. O'Neal goes to the bench. Linskins, again, it is money when she touches the ball.
That's all you can do. The only thing you can do against her is trying for the player that is passing her the ball not to have a clean look of her.
Garante's taking the bump. Linskins with the rebound. Alman feed down low, block. Tucked out of bounds by Garantes. Ball stays here. .9 seconds left here in the first half. Belgium steadily out in front. Through this woman right here. Kiara Linskins, the 6'4" center. Natalia, tell me how many points Linskins has right now.
I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at her percentage as well. And Sofia is doing everything that she can. There's nothing else she can do. You know, try to push her away and keeping the hands. Linskins have 18 points, and she have taken 12 shots.
That's about the difference in this game.
Yes, of course it is. 18 points. She have 6 rebounds. She have an efficiency of +10. In between Linskins and the amount of turnovers that Puerto Rico have, they have 9. And from those 9 turnovers, Belgium have made 17 points. That's the difference right there.
So even if Linskens was doing what Linskens does, those turnovers have been the Achilles heel.
17 points of 55. We're talking about the game was supposed to be only 1 point up, but that's not how it works in basketball.
16 seconds. Garantes has the rock. Looking for help. Lots of hands by Belgium. Rosado with the deep ball. No, it's a miss. Cats on the floor. They'll roll. Aleman, final shot of the half. She doesn't get it. It looked close from our angle.
When they don't make it, they scare you.
So after 20 minutes of action, it is Belgium that leads the way, 55-37, an 18-point advantage here at the halftime break. Stay where you are because we're going to show you some stats. This is the breakdown, Natalia. What stands out to you here?
It's impressive how the amount of shots that Belgium have taken more than Puerto Rico. That comes because of the turnovers, so 28-20, but the percentages are close. In the rebound, 17-11. I think that's good business for Puerto Rico. Belgium, of course, is dominating that part. Assist, 15-5. Many of those assists comes from Julie Aliment. And those are the top scorers of the game, Girante, Watney, and Jones, and then Linskens dominating from A to C.
You talked about the assist there. The way that Belgium's moving the ball, tripling up assists. Tell me, like, that's the normal expectation for this
For
team?
Belgium, yes, because when you have a combination of post players that can score, you know, and you also have great shooters from the three-point line, it's very hard to defend. You don't know if you should double in the paint. You don't know if you should get out and play in the three-point line. It's hard.
I'll show you what you missed here in the first half because it's been all Linskens, 20 points for the center who started things off with earning the jump ball. She hasn't taken a rest.
You see playing against Isalis, when she don't shoot the ball, she's always looking for the girl cutting. Her teammate playing and cutting. There you see a great pass, one assist for her. Arela Girantes attacking. Great pass. Jasmine with a lot of patience. Aleman out of balance. Another pass here. She's very calm. That's how she plays. She's very effective, but she won't lose her cool. She's very calm. Rosado to Isalis. Isalis to Jennifer, attacking to the middle. Great step back. Boom. That's a repetition from another angle. Step back in one leg. Her signature move. Julie Aleman. Great pass. That's what they do. They attack the gaps and find the open. She's an artist with the ball. Messeman. That was her third three-point shot of the game. Handoff here. Arela Girantes. Using her shoulders to attack. Boom. 2 points for her again. The repetition. Guatmi was showing her a screen, but she decided to go to the left side of the court. Julie, another pass. No help. 1-on-1. She's unstoppable. They're gonna keep insisting on doing that. Guatmi just don't have the strength to hold Linskens. Girantes again. Screen from Isalis. Playing 1-on-1. She knows it's a mismatch. She knows she's faster. Pull-up jumper from another angle. That was smart. That was very smart.
And that's what's keeping Puerto Rico pretty close in this game. But right now at halftime, it's Belgium 55, Puerto Rico 37. We'll be right back.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
That was beautiful from Emma Bossi.
around the horn. Haley Jones, we haven't gotten to see a lot of one-on-one work from her, but wow, what a move!
Nice steal by Delic, and she's off to the races. She passes it off to Tavic, and a nice fast break basket there from Bosnia. And you see the emotion early in this game.
Wickham, no, look fast, Ayacucho!
Pretty pass by Tammy Wickham. Jade Melbourne is absolutely loving it. The 19-year-old enjoying being here. Musa sees El Gadawi in that low post, decides to give her behind pass. El Gadawi nails that perimeter, Jay, and what a play between Musa and El Gadawi. The no-look pass for the shot.
Manuela, for God's sakes.
We'll get the replay coming up for you here, Natalia. She inbounds it right off the bum of Fellington and lays it in.
The handoff to Bentley. Shot clock winding down. She faces the trap. She gets a little bit of space. She puts it up. Oh! She's made the shot. It is heartbreak for Spain. What a shot, Bentley. She was able to get loose. Look at the celebrations from Belarus for the first time ever.
Bucaro at the baseline scores a wow, what up, oh my goodness! Evelyn Bucaro! We have about a 2-second differential. Shot clock, game clock, Julie Alman! And it's good! What a big time shot from a big time player!
Welcome back here to Washington, D.C., the site for the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifier here inside the Entertainment and Sports Arena. Belgium up by a lot here at the break, and that's because Linskens has done a lot of the work on offense. She's got 20 points and is leading the way for the Cats.
It's not only the 20 points that she have, it's the different ways that she have made those. During fast break, 7 points from the free throw line. She's shooting almost perfect, 7 of 8. Posting up, long range. She's doing it all. She's a very dangerous player because of that. She's not unidimensional. She has many dimensions and many different characteristics in her game.
6'4" center, just 25 years old, and causing a lot of disruption for Puerto Rico. Meanwhile, their leading scorer here is Guathmi. She's been an ace for some time, but like you said, Natalia, it's been pretty quiet but efficient.
Efficient, very efficient. 10 points there. You know, she's doing a lot offensively, but she had the responsibility of defending misman, so it's not easy. But as you say, if you are seeing there many dimensions of her offensive game as well. She had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal.
If you're just joining us now, this is Group D. We're in Washington, D.C. This is the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. The 4 teams in this competition on this continent: Puerto Rico, Belgium, Russia, and the world's #1 Team USA. And right now, these two on the court right now are competing out of 16 teams to be the final 12 to advance to Sydney. Garantes coming on hot late in the second quarter. They're going to need more from her if Puerto Rico wants to keep this close. Right now, it's 18 points that separate the two teams. And Natalia, these two have met now for the third time. Belgium winning by double digits each one of those contests.
They face each other in the World Cup in Spain, in Tenerife. Then after that, they were in Tokyo playing in the same group. And this girl that you see, this player that you're seeing on the screen, was a factor in both games. So, you know, there's some teams you just feel very comfortable playing against. And Linskins always dominate. When she plays against Puerto Rico, she's the go-to player. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. What a player.
And from the tip, she was the one jumping in the middle of the circle, gave the team possession, and hasn't let up since. 20 minutes.
And it's not going to happen. It's not going to change, I mean, in the second half. Girantes had 12 points, had 3 rebounds, 1 steal in the game. And what I saw from her in the second quarter is that she's trying to, you know, make something happen in her offense. She's holding the ball. She's trying to play a lot of one-on-one, trying to get into the rhythm. That can be good for Puerto Rico, but they need Aurora Girantes, but you cannot forget about the rest of you cannot take the rest of the girls out of the equation. Jennifer needs some touch. Pamela needs some touch. Jasmine Guafmi needs some touch. And I'm sure that somebody, Jerry Batista, spoke at the locker room.
So if you're just joining us now, you are tuning in here in Washington, D.C., Group D play of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. I'm Despina Barton, joined by my analyst, Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team member. You're very close with this national team and federation, as we have learned throughout these years. Natalia, when they go up against Belgium, a team that's had their number the previous 2 contests.
This game, I think Puerto Rico is competing a lot better than the 2 games before. And that's the importance of teams like Puerto Rico, Brazil, to keep classifying to these big tournaments as, you know, World Cups and Olympics. You get to play with the best of the best, and your game eventually will get way better. So it's hard, they know, but I think they're not backing up. In the challenge, they just have to keep fighting, playing 40 minutes and learn from the whole experience.
And Belgium, they've made their steady climb to global prominence in the past 4 or 5 years, taking a step further every year. We saw them in the Olympics fall to Japan, the silver medalist, in that quarterfinal by actually a point. It was such a close contest. To see Belgium now compete at the highest level.
It's a Cinderella story. Like, if I had to take a team, an international team, this Belgian team, they have a Cinderella story. What Mestak, Philippe Mestak did, that's the new coach, Valerie Demori, who have big shoes to fill now, because what Mestak did with this team was just pretty amazing. The quarterfinals in the Olympic, they lost versus Japan, but as you said, only for 1 point. Eventually, Japan ended up winning the silver medal. But they finished 4-2. They beat Slovenia, they beat Turkey, they beat Russia, they beat Belarus, and they only lost against Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia, which is our top teams. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able and to have been able to watch this game from 0 to 100 and to see them compete and beating teams that are in the top. Belgium, it is the Cinderella story of the international basketball in the last years.
It seems that they've done it, though, the right way, you know, with the foundation and the building blocks and the pieces and the style of play, the speed of play. It's really fun to watch, especially because I was in Jordan just a couple months ago and got to see Japan. So I know if you're running up and down on the court with a team like Japan, you have made it to the most elite level of the international game.
They started winning the tournament. They beat Canada in a very close game. The games today were beautiful. This tournament is so good. It's too bad that the 16 teams, as it used to be, because 16 teams used to qualify to the World Cup. Now there's only 12. They're cut 4 teams, but it's beautiful to see them compete and get to that level.
And as we get ready to start the second half, we'll reset with you and share some of the keys of the game for Belgium. It was to pressure the ball and speed everything up on defense, keep playing very fast, which we've seen them be able to do the first 20 minutes. For Puerto Rico, they come in wanting to prove that they have a good balanced defense. They have to slow down the quickness of Belgium, and they have to rebound. This Puerto Rico team, they believe that they can go at Belgium, and they believe they can compete and make this a close contest. They got to take care of the rebounds and run the O well.
They have. That's exactly what they have to do.
And we'll start. The ball will begin with Puerto Rico in the hands of Garantes. O'Neal running point. As Rosado started down on the baseline this set. Back to the starting 5. Guathmy baseline shots a miss. Another rebound for Litskins. Number 7. A man-to-man defense here for Puerto Rico. Linskins fade away. She was fading away from the basket as she drilled that 2-pointer.
I have no more adjectives for
22
her.
points. Maybe the Mystics are looking at her right now. In fact, in that pregame press conference, Emma Miseman was talking about how much fun this Belgium squad is having here in Washington, D.C. She's getting to show them around her old stomping grounds. Five quick points for Belgium. Spin and take. Garantes ends the run.
It's a great spin move there.
Trying to work the inside-out game. Coming for the ball, your girl Miseman, a miss. And we're moving up with Guathmy on offense for Puerto Rico. She backs off. Will shoot over Linskin, gets it. She's got 12.
That was a hard shot. Linskin is very tall, it's huge. She shot over her.
Stuck in a bit of traffic here. The foul and the call going against Belgium as Isalis Quiñones was trying to break through the screen.
That's Jasmine, very patient. She didn't use the space in the line. She decided to attack to the middle of the basket. She found some space, a little bit, but it was effective.
Garantes off the screen, head down, taking it right to the rack. She'll head to the free throw line as contact was made. This one gonna go against De Lara.
She have this ability of attacking and pushing her defender to her back, getting the defender out of the way.
And like you said, Natalia, if the shot's not dropping on the outside, she's trying to get herself going.
Yes. Full court press.
Puerto Rico looking to capitalize on the made basket. Open 3 ball will sink down for Abdelkader. That's hard to handle as Puerto Rico is trying to find some stops to go along with their offense. Guathmy turnaround, Jay gets nicked.
Good pass by Aleman. Aleman to Linskins. Linskins to Abdelkader. And Abdelkader, she's a 3 of 4 from the three-point line. She's shooting 75%.
The weapons that Belgium has.
Too many. And this, you know, sometimes everything works like you know, to perfection. And that's exactly what has happened to Belgium.
Aleman inside, turn and take it, Missiman, and miss. Who's there to clean it up? Linskins.
Another offensive rebound for Belgium, their 8th of the game.
Linskins with 24 points. A monster contest for the center for Belgium. A traveling call against O'Neal as she had the trap and the pressure from Belgium. A win out on D.
That was very smart. Every time Puerto Rico is trying to set a screen to the side of the sideline, Belgium is doubling the offensive player that tries to do that.
Aleman feed to Linskin. They'll reset here. The feed denied. Great hands by Guathmi. The feed up to Garantes, laying on the right. In transition, Puerto Rico able to score. Look at this battle down low, Linskins and Guathmi. Guathmi's like, I don't deserve that call.
I don't know what to do to stop her. Do you see great pass? Adela escapes and 2 points for her. Those are points 3 and 4. No, those are points 6 and 7 in fast break for Puerto Rico.
Abdelkader to inbound. Rizimon with the rock. First look is always down low for this Belgium squad. Pick and roll. Nisaman rebound. And a technical foul called against coach Jerry Batista.
Yeah, they understood that.
Okay. Put 14 on the shot clock, please. 14. O sea, pero la otra no ha hecho nada. Está por atrás, es más alta y toma la pelota sola.
First free throw is good for Julie Aleman. Natalia, did you catch any of that? I don't think the official's mic was supposed to be open.
They were talking about the rebound, how they were jumping over
the back.
Over the back.
O'Neal pushed off, open look there by Abdelkader, and she makes her pay. The lead keeps stacking on for Belgium.
And I know Linskin is doing a lot today for this Belgian team, but we gotta give credit to Hindband. And Jennifer is not happy about that. That was definitely a push there.
Game recognizing game though, because we have seen Jennifer O'Neal do a similar move.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It's only cool, right, when you're not getting called against it.
You are so right about that.
Guathmi, she'll let it fly. It's short. Aleman pushing hard. Guathmi will get her with her body.
That was a good foul because you stopped that fast break.
So midway through the third quarter, Belgium's pushed the lead up to 23.
This quarter is 14-9. Belgium will be playing USA tomorrow.
That is right. Belgium will play USA on Friday, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. And then they will embark down to Santo Domingo to meet Russia.
And the whole USA team is here watching the game. from the stands.
Easy scout, Natalia.
Yes. I'm sure Russia is doing the same thing in Dominican Republic.
Any extra time that you can get eyes on your opponent, especially in this setting. Turnaround jumper, Garantes again showcasing another tool. And you as a former national player, Natalia, when you get the scout from your coaches, it's one thing. When you see it as a player, are you able to just digest things a little bit quicker?
Sometimes I think it's way easier when the coach explains you, but if you watch the game, you get to understand more things. Yes, it's very good to watch the team that you're gonna face next.
O'Neal's blocked. Misaman read it from the get-go. And you talk about change-ups and rosters and coaches. Team USA walks in with a new coach, essentially at the helm. She'd been around for quite some time, and a completely reconfigured roster than we saw at the Olympics and the AmeriCup. So when we all see Team USA tomorrow, it will be an introduction for not only you fans at home, but those of us here inside this arena.
They make us study harder, Despina. In every competition, it's a whole, and at the same level, and with the same greatness, and not only players, they got Don Stanley, and now they have Cheryl Reeve. It's just wonderful. We're so lucky that we're in this side of the continent, that we get to see these players and these coaches do what they do.
And of course, the United States is the host nation here for us in Washington, D.C. The accommodations have been top-notch.
They have been amazing. We're not allowed to, we're in a bubble, but it's beautiful. You know, I'm enjoying everything from the window. It's beautiful. Washington is amazing. And I wasn't expecting any less from the U.S. They always do amazing events, especially when it comes to sports.
And for you and I, traveling has been kind of what the MO has been. So to hop on a flight for a couple hours and kind of be to our destination, I know it's been a lot of fun.
You have.
And no travel lag or jet lag. For Belgium, they took an 8.5-hour direct flight here. So 8.5 hours the other direction. They had to change time zones, sleeping patterns.
Yeah, but it also happened to some of the players in Puerto Rico because Jennifer is coming from Russia, Jasmine is coming from Italy, there are some players from Ukraine. It's hard. Most of the teams don't have one or two players.
And how do you do that as an athlete, to make those adjustments, Natalia?
Oh, I don't know. You just, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. You just make yourself to sleep. Melanina.
Force yourself to sleep?
Sometimes they give you a bandage, you know, some kind of pill that make you sleepy so you can go to sleep.
These are professional athletes. Garantes, shots missed, ball stays high from Geldof. And now we're going to see some different looks, different roster names here for Belgium. You see Elisa Rimete. And then the sharpshooter, Abdelkader, misses. 20-point separation. Guafmi, tough take. We'll take a look here at Garantes. Tough take to that right knee as Missiman makes some contact. No whistle.
Dangerous.
Limping slightly, so she's going to take some time and
hopefully she's good.
Get checked out there on the bench and with the medical staff. As Guafmi hits her first free throw. The 6'2" shooting guard that, like you said, came from Italy, playing overseas, and has tremendously put a lot of time into her body, her physique, her strength. She looks so much stronger than what we saw in the AmeriCup. Mete, high inbound pass. Missiman had to fight for it. A little upset here at the call. Another look. Double team comes down. Roma there on her back. Missima making sure the officials saw her too. Backdoor cut. Good. No, Guapi has a hand on it. We're running a foul. She'll shoot 2.
I have to tell you something, Despina. This quarter, this third quarter is 14-14. Linsken is not in the game, and Belgium it's filling in. There's the repetition there. Great defense by Jasmine.
If this is gonna be the time, this has to be the time actually. Puerto Rico tries to gain some.
It's now. It's now. They are having some stops offensively finally, but they have to make the baskets.
Kayla Hilaire, the youngest on this roster, and the lefty who practiced with this Olympic squad, makes the first free throw. Brings the game within 16. Play is called by Remet. Remet got some contact there from Gonzalez, reaching in for the ball. Another look at that foul.
Yeah, there was a little push there.
Yep, they're gonna call that on Hilaire then with the body contact coming down the lane. Open Misiman, a rare miss. And Gonzalez, the lawyer, bringing the ball up for Puerto Rico. Quinones, high-low, the shot is off. Quinones rolling there, looking for the pass.
Yes. Michelle understood that when she split in between those two defenders, she was open and she shot the ball. She's cold. She's coming off the bench.
And you would think, I mean, Natalia, is this the moment you get? Is at least Quinones more activated on offense?
Probably. We have to remember there's still some 6'9" and in the court. You know, Linsken is not there, but they have 2 towers there.
Yeah.
Actually, they have 3.
Misiman at 6'4", and then Massey 6'1".
And Isalis have never been she's good at the pick and roll, but she have never been the type of player that will post. She enjoys, what she does best is playing front in the basket. She's a good 3-point shooter.
Mid-range, rolls out. Abdelkader shot, no good. We're moving forward. Garantes off. Belgium holds on as we're splitting on the floor. Tough defense by Hilaire. Push from behind. Misiman gets an extra hand up. Being guarded by Sofia Roma.
Yeah, and they are insisting in missing men in the paint because they know that's where the offense is right now. The rotations have been, long rotations. Most of the players from Belgium in the court right now are bench players. So Misiman is the go-to right now.
Misiman, the 28-year-old, 6'4" power forward, the captain of this team. Former member of the Washington Mystics, won an WNBA title here in this exact gym in 2019.
And I have to tell you something. Her mother used to be a professional basketball player. She played for the Belgium national team.
Keeping it in the family.
Keeping it in the family. 4-time EuroLeague champion, 6-time Russia National League champion. She, everywhere she goes, she wins. She's a winner.
Well, I figured she had to get her height from somebody. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Garantes feeds to Guathmi. Open look baseline. Shot goes up by Gonzalez. No, it's a miss. Massey gets it out. Turn and shoot. It's off, and now she had the buzzer opportunity at the end of the first two, but Alaman 0 for 2 at the buzzer shots here today. Regardless, it's her team up 71-53, an 18-point advantage. We are exactly where we left off after the third quarter start. Natalia, you said this quarter was even. This is what the stats look like.
16-16, that's how it finished. Percentages very close. The difference in between the shots taken, 38 for Belgium, only 31 for Puerto Rico. A big difference in the rebound size, 27 for Belgium, 19 from Puerto Rico, and also a big difference in the assists. Only 5 assists for Puerto Rico. We've seen a lot of one-on-one. That's where Puerto Rico is doing their thing, and 18 assists for Belgium.
And in case you're just joining us, we're going to show you the best highlights here from the third quarter, and Guathmi got the party started for Puerto Rico. The 6'2" shooting guard leading the way. But Belgium had their own answer from the outside. Abdelkader, so consistent. She makes you come out and draw her.
You can't. This is a very. This is a very strange player because she's not. She doesn't show off for anything. She's very calm but she's so effective, as you said. She just knows where to. You know, she put herself in great positions to have space and have clean shots, and her teammates knows that, and they keep looking for her. They trust her.
And look at that, the youngster Garantes going up against Linskins, the tallest player on the court. Pretty fearless, but she had to work very hard just for the 2 points. And right now it's Puerto Rico that has 10 minutes to try and close the gap. Now remember, for complete coverage of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournaments, don't hesitate to visit the official FIBA website. Just scan the code on your screen. You'll find a comprehensive blend of content, news, stats, photos, and video highlights. Also, during the whistle here, I will share that you need to be following us on social media at FIBA WWC on Instagram and Twitter. You really get a fun look at the personalities, the players, the behind the scenes of here in Washington, D.C. It was a bit of a shot clock malfunction, so that's why we're seeing a delay in start of play here in the fourth quarter. If you're just joining us now, this is Puerto Rico and Belgium. We're here in Washington, D.C. The entertainment and sports arena as Hilaire gets the easy lay-in. Just what the doctor ordered to start the fourth. Natalia Melendez, Despina Barton here with you in the booth. And a timely turnover. This bodes well for Puerto Rico.
2 turnovers in a row for Belgium, something that they have been very careful throughout the game. We haven't seen them. They haven't turned over the ball that much, and this time happened twice. Coach didn't like it. He called for a timeout. He wants to organize his team.
2 quick turnovers and a bucket for Puerto Rico, who has trailed by as many as 23 today. The lead cut down to 16 for Belgium.
Belgium came to this tournament, Despina, without 4 players that were active in the Eurobasket. Marjorie Caprox, their veteran player, is a great leader. Becky Macy is not here. Helen Nauweliers is her name. And Julie Van Loo. Julie Van Loo is one of the best players for this Belgian team. Offensive point guard, a great shooter. She got sick, she couldn't come. But this team still has some other players that were supposed to be here, and they're not.
Let's go ahead and listen in the huddle here with Jerry Batista. little snippet there for you guys at home. And a friendly reminder, you are watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. A total of 16 teams are competing right now across 3 different continents to be a part of the final 12 that will go to Sydney, Australia. This is Group D. We're in Washington, D.C. This group includes Belgium, Puerto Rico, the #1 team in the world, USA, and Russia. Turn and shoot off by Jones. And Belgium kind of slowing things down here on offense. A team that's aimed to set the tempo and move very quickly early on.
Puerto Rico is on a zone, matchup zone.
And a traveling call, 3 turnovers here in the 4th quarter for Belgium. Billy Massey shuffling her feet. Kaya Hilaire, the youngest on the team for Puerto Rico, running the O. She'll slip past Aliman, open shot, baseline, up and out. Couple buckets that would have been nice. Aliman off the screen from Misiman, and a 4th turnover
Of this quarter.
What is going on, Natalia?
Well, everything, most of the players, well, let's see what happened. No, it was just miscommunication. She was, she was expecting number 22 to be more aggressive, looking for that pass, but it didn't happen.
Garantes off the screen, spin moves, goes up on Linskins, draws the contact. Needs some teammates' help from Hilaire to get up off the ground, and will take her spot at the free throw line. Checks her elbow first, and coach likes that.
Spin move. Linskins, and Valerie Demori, the coach from Belgium, was betting on Belgium to survive this game in the same way they were playing, comfortable without Linskin in the court. And he decided to bring her back. Remember, this Belgian team play against USA tomorrow. So if she can get some rest, that'll be fine. But he didn't like what he was seeing.
And there, the first bucket of the quarter comes courtesy Lissawa. Aliman playing tough defense here on Hilaire and throws it away as Jones not ready for the pass.
Great pass. Good cut. Better basket.
So Jennifer O'Neill steps back out. The sharpshooter for Puerto Rico. And you're looking at Julie Aliman in the Cats. Linska. Misaman turn, shoot off the glass. Quinones with the rebound. She'll pull it down herself and get tapped from behind. The foul coming from Lisawa.
And it seems like Jasmine got hurt there.
So now out of the inbound, Garantes with the ball. Hilaire still running the O. O'Neill, Nissawa guarding closely, takes her to the rack, baseline, no. A throwaway play for Puerto Rico. And nearly travels in front of the scorer's table. Belgium stays with its possession. 3-ball open shot, Messiman makes them pay. That right there is gonna force Jerry Batista to take a timeout.
It's a high-low game. Ball went low. She noticed that the defense was collapsed. He gave it back to Miziman. Beautiful, beautiful team game. She's perfect from the three-point line. Masseman 2-2, and in the case of Belgium, they are 9 of 16, 56% from the three-point line.
A replay here, that high-low play.
Nice.
I mean, that's why she's get paid the big bucks in the WNBA and beyond, right? You can hit those shots.
Yes. Nice.
And she's been doing so much work down in the paint and dishing out assists. As a player, what's that feel like to also earn some points on the board?
The what, I'm sorry?
She was working so hard and dishing out the assists all game and definitely banging down in the post. As a player, what does it feel like to get some of those points too on the scoreboard?
Amazing. Really good, really good. And today, even though she have 14 points, she have 4 rebounds, she have not been the main offensive player of the team. She have been able to take a step back and let Linskin and Antonia and Hinterben, the rest of the players, you know, be more the offensive players. When she's comfortable, she takes a shot. She have that amount of points because her percentage is really high, but it's not that she's taking a lot of shots.
So Rosado back out here. Your point guard, your captain. O'Neal picked up her dribble. Garante's being tightly guarded. She'll have the contact and the foul. Coach Jamori's like, what are you seeing? And that's going to go against Antonio Del Era.
He didn't like that call.
And Garante's now on the free throw line. Seven of 8.
It's been a free throw game. Puerto Rico have taken 22 free throws, scored 19, 86%, which is very good. Belgium have taken 12 free throws and scored 11 for 91%.
And about half of Garante's points has come from the stripe. .16 advantage. It's 18 now with another bucket from Messiman.
And now they are establishing that high-low game. Big to big.
Rosado hands off to Garante. O'Neal trying to create some separation. Rosado's forced to take the shot. And Linskin's there for the rebound. One and done. Skip past Linskins. Height advantage, body advantage, strength advantage, still shot, no go. Aliman pump fake, takes it herself. Nice little touch for the roller.
Unselfish player. And finally she decided, you know, it's my turn. I want to get some points too.
Rosado looks at that three-point line before she pulled the trigger. A little high-low. Messiman stuck. Cutting his Linskins. Beautiful finger roll for Kiara Linskins.
And she had 26. 26.
She's been the ace for Belgium here today. Belgium and the Cats in full control at this point. We'll get a fresh 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rosado giving her the right lane. Open look baseline, drilled it. And this is where things start to snowball.
Yes, yes. Belgium is looking very comfortable right now. Messiman is perfect from the three-point line. And they as a team are shooting 9 of 17, 10 of 18. 30 points of the 85 that Belgium have been from the three-point line.
Belgium up by 26, and they've strung together a few great possessions here, starting with that floater by their trusted point guard, Aliman. And then, yeah, they're going to show you they can do it on the cut, Natalia.
Yeah, and the pass looks great, but that happens because Linskins decided to cut to the basket. Here again, Messiman putting herself, placing her place in places where my teammates can find me and that I can have an open shot.
And for Coach Valerie Demery, his debut with the Cats. So far, he's checking all the boxes.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I can't wait to watch that game tomorrow against USA and Belgium. You know, two amazing teams, but so far right now, this Belgian team, it's looking very good in both ends. They're so aggressive in defense. They are working the boards. The offense, it's very fluid. It's looking really good. They know what it's working, and they are keep insisting of doing that.
So 4.5 left to play in this contest. Belgium up 85 to Puerto Rico's 59. They've led from wire to wire. And they've shown us that they've got so many pieces and threats. Puerto Rico would have to play a perfect game to slow them down.
Yeah, what they have to do is that they got to keep working. You know, they got to keep, playing hard. You want to keep the game as if they don't want to, as close as possible.
Guathmy will pull up the jumper on the elbow, drill it in the face of Messiman.
She have 18.
And those two have been guarding each other all night long.
Yes.
Messiman sending through. Nice cut, finish. Nisawa on the receiving end.
Maxwella, she have 4 points, but she had the homework tonight to guard Jennifer O'Neill. Jennifer couldn't done too many things, and it's because of that player right now.
This
you're seeing right now.
Coast to coast. Yeah, you think of the juggernauts for Puerto Rico, and it's Jennifer O'Neill, it's Guathmy, and if this young woman, Lissawa, and then on the other side, Messiman, cover them so well, we haven't been calling those names.
No. And in the case of Maxwella, she's in and out of the national team. She's, she wasn't in the Euro Cup, she wasn't in the Olympics, she wasn't in the World Cup. And you see her now playing with this Belgian team, and it looks like she's been there forever.
And truly, this Belgium team has only had 4 practices together to prepare for this game and this tournament. And I think we were having conversations too while we've been here in Washington, D.C. If I'm Team USA, you've already qualified, right, for the World Cup. Why play? And I think your argument was, we have, there's so much talent. Where else are they going to play?
Yes, you want to give the girls this opportunity to represent their country, and also want to give them the stage, because this is a huge stage. Wow.
Garantes on the reverse under the basket, had a hand in her face. The future is bright for Garantes, but Puerto Rico, the clear size disadvantage here today. Second chance now for Belgium. Coach Batista said his team needed to rebound. That includes here on the defensive end. Messiman, Linskins. 4th chance opportunity. This is wild. Aliman, elbow jumper, no good. Guathmy finally ends the possession. Jones, 3-ball. Tries to track down her own rebound. They're crashing. Quinones gets the contact.
Yes, and now we're starting to see those subs from Belgium. It's about time these girls to get some rest. That was wonderful, wonderful job for the three of them.
Ramet. This was pass intercepted. Under 90 seconds left in this contest. Wathme gives it a ring. Off back rim. And Belgium really trying to slow things down, call the offense, work in some plays. Yes, Team USA is watching very closely on here in the stands. Coming up, Belgium takes on USA tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. A timeout on the floor here in Washington, D.C. You're watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. Group D on the floor, Puerto Rico and Belgium. Belgium up by 29 points and going to coast to their first win of the tournament. Brianna Jones throws it up. Reading the pass, nearly got it. Ramet with 10 seconds on the shot clock. To Massey. That one's short. Didn't matter because the weak side rebound and putback was there. Yoris. Final 10 seconds. Ball stripped away from Hilaire. Ramet lays it in. And this will do it. The final buzzer and the final score here in day number 1. It is Belgium 98, Puerto Rico 65. High fives around for Belgium. They now get a chance to rest up before they face the #1 team in the world. USA tomorrow. Natalia, your thoughts of this opening victory for Belgium?
Belgium showing why they are worldly potential. Right now, the stats, there you see them. 48% from Puerto Rico, Belgium 53% from the three-point line. Belgium shot 52%. That's impressive. Look at the rebound difference. 20 rebounds different there. Also in the assist, 27-6. That talks to you about the efficiency of the Belgium shooting and the best top scorers.
This Belgium squad newly reconstructed, a lot of new faces and a new head coach under Valerie Demery. And what we saw were, of course, some big stars down low. But everybody take part. For Puerto Rico, though, only a couple hands were hot today.
Yes, yes, and it was that one right there. Jasmine Guatmi and Adela Girantes. Julie Alleman, the brain of this team, the way Belgium moves the ball, how they find, how everybody touches the ball. Very unselfish team, boom. Great three-point shot there. Again, Julie in the inside, missing man. Another offensive rebound for Belgium. Linskins, 2 more for her. Now, it was missing man inside, turns, another offensive rebound right there. Adela Girantes. Great move, step back, boom. Adela again. Every time she had Linskins right in front of her, she attacked her. Missing man, bringing the ball down. Great pass, great cut. Beautiful basket. Look at that cut. Nice. This Maxwella player, she's amazing. High-low, again high. Mismount for three. That was her third three-pointer. That's a repetition. There was no defense there. She was open. She had the confidence. She had the green light. Pamela with the ball. Tuisalis. Turnover. Maxwella again. Defense creating offense.
A nice look there at Maxwella again as Belgium takes its third straight victory over Puerto Rico here. The final score 98-65. Puerto Rico gets to rest tomorrow. They face USA on Saturday. Meanwhile, Belgium, they have a tight turnaround. They face the #1 team tomorrow. Now for Natalia Melendez, I'm Despina Barton. We say good night from Washington, D.C. Final score, it is Belgium 98, Puerto Rico 65.